Tell him the story. Tell him everything that happened. Emotional over an engagement. Why am I crying?
Gonna organise it before we left.
Yeah.
I thought a jewellery shop was like a shoe shop. You just go in, pick a size, pick a diamond, put it in, and wear it.
I walked out and I'm like bawling. Hello guys, if you've seen my social media, you would know that Buds and I are engaged. It feels so weird to say it. Fiance?
Beyonce.
And everyone's obviously asking so many questions about how it happened and like, did I know, did Buds have the ring the entire time? So I thought to save myself repeating the whole story over and over again, we would make a YouTube video, and I'm so excited. This has just been the funniest, most beautiful like experience ever. But it's also not like the traditional way. Like I knew about the ring because I'm so excited to tell this story. But you tell your side of things first, because I think that basically before we left, I had a feeling like Buds hadn't said anything, but I just had a feeling that maybe it would happen. But I was also like, I don't know what sort of ring I would like, so is he just gonna pick something?
I was gonna organise it before we left.
Yeah.
And because of COVID and we got out in a mad rush, then it sort of imploded and I didn't have enough time to do what I wanted. So when we were away, I started planning things and thought I was planting seeds in the head to get around everything. But see, it was a bit too smart for me.
I'm too cluey, like I'm usually the person that like organises surprise or parties for other people, not people surprising me, because I pick up on everything. And one of the main things is like, I think we'd been on the road for like a week or two and Buds kept saying like, I'm gonna book this amazing accommodation in Esperance. And I was like, that's where it's gonna happen. If it's gonna happen in Esperance, because he just kept talking about his accommodation. And then that changed to, oh, no, I found this better place in Margaret River. And I was like, okay, like weird. That was the first one. But then what were the other ones? You'd said something else that clicked on. What was that? There was something else you'd said about, I don't know, there was something else, but the way it all sort of came about is we were in a like shopping complex in Perth. So we stopped in Perth, we stayed in Fremantle for a few nights, and we're only gonna stop for like 3 nights. And we went to this shopping center just to like do some shopping one morning when we dropped the car. It was when we got the car to get serviced, wasn't it? We dropped the car off to get serviced. And then we went to this shopping center and we'd been in Kmart, and as we walked out, there was like a jewelry shop on the side. And I remember Bud saying something like, it was like he was having a conversation in his head, and then he just like blurted out like, well, what even ring would you like? And I went like bright red, so flustered. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? And I literally never saw myself getting married before meeting Budsy. Like I just didn't, I don't know if it's like my parents because they've separated and divorced and stuff, and I was like, it's just not for me. But until I met Budsy, I was like, I can actually picture getting married, which is pretty cute in itself, isn't it? I'm getting hot and flustered again. And then, so yeah, he said like, what ring would you even like? And I was like, wait, is this happening? Like you're thinking of doing this? He's like, you sort of said no, like you didn't really.
Can't fucking be around the bush, it's too hard to hide stuff from people when you're in a car every day of your week.
Yeah, that's true. So we then went into this first jewelry store, and when I tell you I'm nervous, when we got in there, she measured up my finger, and the ring that I got is 3 sizes smaller than the ring sizing that I got done in that shop, because I was so fucking hot and flustered and nervous, because I've never gone in looking for engagement rings. I've never searched on engagement rings. Engagement rings just have never, it's just never crossed my mind to even like look. And I was also feeling a little bit awkward because like obviously the traditional way of getting engaged is like boyfriend surprises girlfriend somewhere random with a ring, right? That's the image that most people have in their heads. But when we started talking about it, Buds is like, well, I don't know what you'd like. And I was like, I also don't know what I'd like. And
you're picky.
Well, I'm picky because I didn't know what I liked. Yeah.
And I thought a jewellery shop was like a shoe shop. You can just go in, pick a size, pick a diamond, put it in and wear it.
This is literally like, we walked in and when she got the ring size, I think the lady was off doing something. He was like, do they just have them all out the back? And I was like, what do you mean? He literally thought it was like a fucking shoe shop. Yeah. So I have quite big fingers. I don't know if you've noticed, but I knew like standard jewelry. I worked in a jewelry store years ago. And I remember even in then, like I knew I had bigger fingers. So anyway, what did we do? We tried on some rings in there and the lady was really funny and really like, I don't know, I was so fucking nervous, but the lady in there was lovely. She was sort of joking around. What was the joke that she made?
She's been married twice.
Oh yeah, she was like, it's just a ring. She's like, I've been married twice. Not that it's a competition or anything. So that sort of broke the ice a bit. And we tried on a few different rings. They didn't really have anything that in that short amount of time, I thought I wanted an oval shaped ring. I don't know why. I think it's because I've seen a few other people with ovals and I thought, yeah, that'd be a little bit different. I knew that I didn't want I knew I didn't want, I actually learned a lot very quickly with the whole diamond thing, didn't we? Like from the names of everything, but I knew I wanted something a little bit different and I thought an oval would be nice, and just nowhere had ovals at all. And then we sort of did that for it. We went to a couple of shops at that shopping center and then we were like, this is weird. And we just sort of continued on the day. And then it was like the next day and you were kind of, what did you say? You said something like, it was sort of like we sort of needed to go and like plan and.
Better go do it.
Yeah. Only because you'd mentioned that you'd booked this accommodation and yeah.
Well, it worked out perfectly.
It worked out so perfectly. Buds' phone started ringing, so I'm gonna continue this, but I'll continue. So to answer the main questions we're getting, I knew about it because I actually got to pick out the ring. Now the ring part was like, this was the funnest part of the experience because we got to do it together. And we were both really nervous and awkward, but it was just like the sweetest thing. So the first jewelry store we went into, we tried on a few ones. I think we probably went to maybe 4 different ones, and then maybe the 4th one we were in Fremantle and there was this little boutique like jewelry place. And when we were in there, we tried on a few rings. I also in there tried on the oval shaped ring, and it was kind of, in my head I was like, I just want to see this oval ring, right? And nowhere seemed to have them, especially in a solitaire. So we ended up finding one, trying it on, and then I was like, ooh, I don't like it. Like I didn't like it at all. It didn't look nice on my finger. So then we were just about to leave, and in the corner of the cabinet there was this little emerald cut solitaire ring, and I tried it on and I just looked at Buds and he was like, that's the cut. Like we both really liked the emerald cut diamond, but it was a much smaller diamond. So then we were like, okay, we need to continue looking, and this place didn't have any bigger diamonds. So we ended up looking around in a few different spots and no one had exactly what we were after. So once we'd started looking for a while, very quickly we realized what we wanted, and everywhere we went just had something that just wasn't right with it, but we knew we were gonna find it. Like that was the best experience, is like there was no rush, there was no pressure. We were like, it will just happen. And we met some like lovely people. Then we got to the place where we actually found the ring, and we didn't really find it. We got in there and the lady brought out a heap of different ones, and again, the exact ring we wanted, the different things we wanted in it and how we wanted it to be like made wasn't exactly what we wanted. But she was like, it's fine. They had diamonds out the back. So she brought out like the individual diamonds, and I basically got to pick it, got to make the band and everything. But then before she did all of that, I sort of said to her, she was like, look, it's easy. We can have them made up in 4 weeks. And Buds and I were like, we knew this was gonna be a problem because like we're obviously on the road. I knew the engagement, like the proposal stuff was gonna happen when we arrived here. Like we'd both sort of like spoken about it. I didn't know any details, and this was the best part. So before we picked out everything we wanted for the ring, we'd mentioned to the lady, oh look, we're actually passing through like 3 to 4 weeks just isn't like, it's not really what you want. And obviously the first thing they offer is that they can post it to you. And she was like, look, give me a second. And she went and checked. She's like, if we get it all in today, we'll have it done for you within, I think it was 5 days or something. So we hadn't planned on staying in Perth much longer, but the weather also wasn't great. So we ended up staying in this beautiful Airbnb in Cottesloe, and we stayed there for the full 5 days. And on the 5th day we went and picked up the ring. And the best part was, I didn't see the ring when we picked it up. So when we got in there, I said to the lady straight away, she was bringing it out and I was like, I don't want to see it. And the lady was like, okay, but try it on. You close your eyes and just to make sure that it fit fine. So I was in there and I closed my eyes and they tried it on. The lady's like, flick it around. So I flicked like the diamond around underneath and she was like, just have a look at the band to make sure that it like fits fine on your finger, and like taking it on and off. So I never got to see the diamond or anything. So that was like really exciting. And then it basically got locked up in the car. Like we have this little console thing at the front that has a separate key to it. So Bud's locked it away in there and I couldn't access it. Yeah, and that's the ring story. So I knew about the ring. We had to get it custom made and it was just like the most beautiful experience. It was really nice. And I think anyone that's gone shopping for engagement ring, however you've got engaged, is beautiful. But yeah, I think maybe sharing this will show that it doesn't have to be the traditional way of like a surprise sort of thing, and it can still be really beautiful. I loved that, like when we picked out that original emerald cut diamond, and Buds and I just looked at each other and were like, yes, like that's the cut of diamond that we wanted. So that was that part. Now the proposal part. So as I said, Buds had always spoken about this accommodation that he was going to book, and I'd never seen it except for we went to this Chinese restaurant one day in Geraldton. Was it Geraldton? Yeah, so this is before, was that before Perth? Yeah. We went to Geraldton first. We went out for lunch and Buds had taken some photos, I forget what it was, some photos of us wherever we were. And he'd gone to the toilet and I was like, I'm just gonna send them to myself because I upload them on my phone. And when I was scrolling through, I didn't actually see the name of the property, but I saw how much Budsy had spent on this property and it was ridiculous. And I was like, well, I can't say anything, but like, that was the only thing I knew. So I knew the accommodation was gonna be like insane. And yeah, so the proposal side of things, we picked up the ring on Monday. Today is Saturday and we got engaged yesterday. So from Monday to Friday, we had the ring on board with us and we were checking in here on Friday, which is yesterday. So we both sort of just knew that it was gonna happen on Friday, just like little jokes and little things happening and like things that Budsy was saying. And basically we arrived here on Friday. The place is phenomenal, like insane. It has the most beautiful view of Prevelly. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And the best part is, so when we left on this trip, I've been here before and I came here with my friend Molly when she lived in Perth and I just loved the beach. Like, but I couldn't remember where it was. I just remember there was a cafe that had elephant in it and there's White Elephant Cafe down the beach and the beach is just like, it's stunning. Like it's so nice. And this is where we are. So it worked out perfectly. We arrived at the accommodation yesterday and all Bud said to me was like, you go have a bath, because I bought these like Lush bath bombs. He was like, you go have a bath, chill out for a bit, get ready. I bought this dress that like I really liked, but Bud's also really liked. He's like, get changed in that and then message me when you're about to come out. So I knew it was gonna happen. Like I was so like, it was the weirdest feeling because it was like really relaxed and calm, but I was so happy and I was so nervous. Like I got so giddy and stupid. So yeah, I went and had a bath. It was very relaxing. I listened to the new Taylor Swift album and then I started getting ready. So I just, I just did my hair and makeup, very casual, like we're just at the beach. We knew it was gonna happen here. And then I was sort of ready and I was feeling so nervous. Like this place is beautiful. And I messaged Buzz being like, okay, like, can I come out now? And he's like, of course. So I walked out and you walk out down past these stairs and then you just see like the massive view. And Buzz was standing on the balcony in this like beautiful like linen top that we'd bought. I swear you've never worn linen before. It almost makes me want to cry. It's not funny. And he'd made this massive platter and there was champagne and stuff. And I walked out and I'm like bawling. Like I didn't think I'd cry, but like I was crying. And then we're out on the balcony bit and then yeah, he said some cute things and down on one knee and then the ring came out and the ring was just, it was just everything that I had hoped it to be. Like anyone that knows me, I don't wear a lot of jewelry. I've worn this ring, it's like a wave, like sterling silver ring for like forever. It's the only ring I really wear. And I wear earrings and stuff, but I've never been a big jewelry person. And then once we tried on these other rings, and then we got mine custom made. I was like, God, like I hope I love it. And I knew I would, but like seeing it for the first time, I was like, holy fuck, I actually like dying. Like I love it so much. And every now and again, I'll be looking down and Budsy will be looking at me and be like, stop. Like I'm obsessed with it. I'm so happy with it. But yeah, so that is our engagement story. That's how it happened. I knew about it. A lot of people have said like, oh, has Budsy had that with him the whole trip? And there's no way he could have done it, because I'm so cluey to things. Like, I don't think, like no one could ever organize a surprise birthday for me, because I would know. I love being the organizer, but there's just no way. And Budsy, there was something else he said, but I can't remember what it was. The only other thing too was that like, Buds obviously wanted to ask my dad, and gotten dad's number out of my phone, which I knew about, that was fine. But dad never answers unknown numbers, and we went for a drive. This is when we were in Bustleton, and we were driving, and Buds was driving, and Buds' phone rang, so I picked it up and I saw dad ringing, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening. Actually, I think I filmed some footage on my phone when that was happening, when you were outside on the phone to dad. And I got really teary, like Buds got back in the car, and I like, I don't know, I never thought.
Oh, yeah, man.
I never thought I would get like emotional over an engagement. Why am I fucking crying? Third time lucky. I never thought I'd get like emotional over an engagement, but it was just perfect. And we're spending the next couple of days here, which is beautiful, and then we will continue home. And by this stage of our trip, although there's so much more that we can see, the weather's gonna be pretty crap from here onwards. It's gonna be around tops of like 15, 16 degrees once we get to like Albany and onwards. So we definitely want to do more trips. This isn't the last trip we're going to do, so we're probably going to go to Albany and then Esperance, and then probably shoot home pretty quickly. We definitely want to spend at least a month in South Australia, but we want to do that when it's really warm. So we've got some trips in the pipeline, which is super exciting. But yeah, for now it's enjoying pre-wife life, I guess, being fiancés. Is that what you call it? You're my fiancé, but are we fiancés? I don't know. I fucking know. But anyway, yeah, that is the story, how it all happened. Thank you to everyone who sent such beautiful messages. It was the funniest thing to tell people. Like once it all happened, we sort of just sat around and we had a platter and just enjoyed that little bubble of time when it was just us. But we knew we wanted to tell family and friends, because there's a time difference too. So there's where we are, it's 3 hours later back home. So I think it happened around what, like 4 o'clock or something. 4 o'clock, so it was like 7 o'clock back home, and we FaceTime family. You might have already seen. We FaceTime family. Are you joking? Was he sneezing? We FaceTime family, and it was just like we're totally in that like love bubble. Like everyone says that once you get engaged, you're in this like little love bubble, and it's so true. Like, yeah, we are loving it sick. Thank you for all of the messages. We're so excited. We can't wait to get home and see everybody. But yeah, for now it's just enjoying this beautiful spot. We're gonna head down to the beach shortly and have a swim, and then we'll probably go into Margaret River, maybe go to a winery for lunch. Holidays are the bloody best. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.